My name is Terry Tucker. I attended college here in Fergus Falls. I graduated in 1972. It's probably one of the best experiences of my life. I think it was what I would call a kickstart program for someone like me. I had recently been out of the military and my parents were living here. So, of course, I came back home and I attended college here. I was introduced to the art world by Mr. Beck. Spent a lot of hours kind of under his wing, and he actually I'd like to say commissioned me to do some artwork with a big focus. And that would have been in the library. Back in 1972, it was a relatively new building, had a lot of square blocks in it. He asked me if I could do some larger pieces that would at least put some movement on the wall and not bright colors. And so I went about my work and did 4 larger pieces that are, even today, 51 years later, are still hanging in the library here at Fergus. So if there's anyone who wants to stop in and take a look at it, you can. I will credit Mr. Beck for acknowledging me as an art student. I did not continue in the art field. I maybe dabbled in the arts a little bit, but in general, I advanced my education into being a school teacher and school administrator. I went from here to Moorhead State. From Moorhead State, I got my first teaching job in Dickinson, North Dakota, where I spent most of my adult life. In that, I spent 42 years out there in education, retired, came back to Fergus. And guess what? My artwork is still in the library. And so like I said, I credit the college for a lot of a great start. I also met my wife Roxanne here. We kind of started our life together. We went to Moorhead State, where I graduated again from with another degree. And so I think some of the better moments I can remember is some of the individuals in the art program here that I had an opportunity to work with and become friends with and acknowledge today. I've appreciated art wherever I've went, and I think most people need to understand that an appreciation of art is a large, large component of artistry. I enjoyed music programs, I enjoyed drama. I did work later at Moorhead State in stagecraftery, where I think my gifts were better trying to make trees look like trees. And on stage, and so I think we just want to make sure that as individuals go, that their ability to work as artists, whether it's in music or in painting or in pottery or in dance, or in sports, that it's acknowledged by people and by individuals. I think if it weren't for Mr. Beck giving me encouragement and actually building my confidence to be able to achieve, I may not have continued on. So I'm looking forward to the artwork that's done here. And this is still a smaller campus. When I went here, there was like 600 students. And so I've just always appreciated being involved with artwork here. What I would like to acknowledge with the pieces that are on the library walls was the fact that we wanted to get away from straight lines. And I've always really loved water movement, water moving over rocks and moving over objects. So a lot of the paintings that I did will have components of movement that looks much more like water and waves, and trying to get away from the lines and blocks but not go too boldly with colors. So you can look at a lot of mine will have blues and will have some earth tone colors and a little whitish wave movement, and to kind of reflect a little bit more of river bottoms and even bolder with maybe some ocean type stuff and movement. And I did use a variety of components. I mean, I have to tell you, to be honest with you, when it came time, I didn't stretch a canvas. It was 4 foot by 8 foot pieces, and so I used styrofoam, big styrofoam pads, 4 feet by 8 feet. And I used acrylic paints. I did movements. Sometimes I did the movements by moving the entire palette, and other times I would add components. I actually chunked up some pieces of foam rubber to give it some texture so that it would look like a rock base with water movement. So these 4 pieces, I was actually very proud of them. They were in 1972 in an art exhibit. Again, I take pride in it, but I give all the success that I claim back to Mr. Beck, who I think acknowledged the fact that I had the talent to do it at the time. And I know there are lots of artwork in this campus that has been done beautifully and by very, very talented individuals. And so even to be acknowledged as one of those individuals is an honor for me. Thank you.